cases that should be with domestics on the docket, but we'll just address them when we get to them.
It's going to go in order of the pieces that I've received.
Absolutely.
Good morning.
Judge, they did ask me.
Good morning, Judge.
Roosevelt Jackson, I think is his name. Give me 1 second. He is a Franklin Jones. I'm sorry, not even close. Mr. Franklin Jones on page 11.
Okay.
He had. I can just tell the court before we go on. I don't want to have it very long.
Perfect. That's actually one of the DVDs, or should be DVDs.
See if I can.
And Judge, if we could, I think the button's right in front of you. The door's still locked outside.
Oh,
There.
there we go.
I think we're gonna have to reset the bar. I don't think we'll be able to get it. Okay.
All righty. Good morning. First one is Franklin Jones.
North Road, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Good morning, Mr. Jones.
Good morning.
You are charged with 2 counts of contempt of court, violating a no contact order. I do find probable cause.
Well, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I would ask, it appears that these charges are domestic violence in nature.
Yes.
I'm just gonna ask that they be set before Judge Cohen. I believe it probably should be set for tomorrow morning, because I don't believe, he does his hearings at 11, but I don't think they're gonna be able to get him there from north to his courtroom by 11 a.m.
Okay.
Excuse me.
His bond is currently set at $2,000.
And if he bonds out between now and then,
That's fine. I think that sounds reasonable to set him in front of Judge Cohen tomorrow. But in the meantime, I do find probable cause. Currently, the bond is set at $2,000 by the uniform bonds. So.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me. Is this a federal or misdemeanor?
Right now, it's a contempt charge. It would be a misdemeanor.
you know, the way they're charged, they're felonies. What
Oh,
will
okay,
end up
this is-
happening, I don't know. That's why he's gonna go in front of Judge Cohen.
Okay.
This way.
Oh, sorry.
You can just walk.
Okay. Thank you. All right, sir. Good luck to you. Anything else that needs to be called out, attorney? No. Okay. Natalia Davis.
Judge, Ms. Davis is here present at Main. She is approaching the podium at this time.
Okay. Good morning, Ms. Davis. You were charged with one warrant, a case on a misdemeanor failure to register a vehicle. I find probable cause.
Judge, after speaking with Ms. Davis, she did inform me that her boyfriend will be posting her bond.
Okay, the bond is set at $250.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Rosie Cunningham.
Ms. Cunningham is approaching. She's here at Main, Judge. This is a municipal ordinance case.
Ms. Cunningham, you are charged with a warrant on a municipal ordinance case, no lodging on city-owned property. I do find probable cause. Any priors that you know of?
Your Honor, if I could just have her BCCN number on the top of the top center of the booking sheet.
Yep. 753-807.
As far as state priors in Broward, it's mostly DWS habitual offender. She had a delivery of alprazolam, but that was in 09.
All right, Ms. Cunningham, if you want to resolve this case today, I'd offer you an adjudication of guilt with credit for time you've already served.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, just raise your right hand, ma'am. You swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, can you state your full name, please?
Rosie Rodriguez Cunningham.
Okay, Ms. Cunningham, I indicated to you that if you wanted to resolve this case, I would offer you an adjudication of guilt and credit for time you've already served. Is that something you want to do? How do you wish to plead, guilty or no contest?
No contest.
Okay, I'll accept your no contest plea. I'll sentence you to an adjudication of guilt with credit for time you've already served. Good luck, ma'am. Sheila Yvette Shandia Diaz.
Judge, I did speak to her. She's at North Broward. I can tell the court she understood English as long as I spoke very slowly, but she may need a Spanish interpreter.
Okay. Ma'am, do you need an interpreter, a Spanish interpreter?
Yeah, please.
Okay, then we'll put this on recall for the Spanish interpreter. Okay, ma'am.
All right, sit fully.
Okay. Marie Nagel.
North Broward, Your Honor.
Morning, Ms. Nagel. You are charged with 4 counts: possession of PVP, possession of drug paraphernalia. You've got a probation violation and a municipal ordinance violation. I do find probable cause as to all 4 of those. Your bond on count 1 is $1,000. 0 bond on count 2. Count 3, you'll be held no bond pending your status in front of the division judge. Looks like there's one set Wednesday at 9:45. So currently you'll be held no bond on that, and then count 4, it's a 0 bond. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Samantha Falzerano.
North Broward, Your Honor.
Judge, I do have a probable cause objection.
Okay.
With regards to counts 1 and 3, the officer indicated that he said he identified the pills, but he doesn't say how they were identified. It doesn't indicate that he called the, whether it be the drug lab or poison control. So I don't know how he identified him. Just him looking at it, which is what it appears to be, isn't enough.
Well, yeah, he did identify it. I don't know how he identified it, but that's something to be fleshed out later. I think it's sufficient for probable cause. Ma'am, I do find probable causes to the 5 counts. Counts 1 through 3 are $1,000 each. Counts 4 and 5 are $100 each. Good luck to you, ma'am. Oh, okay, great. All right, ma'am, you here? Okay. Good morning, how you doing? Let's recall Sheila Shandia Diaz.
Sheila Shandia Diaz, come on.
Could you swear in the public, please?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that?
Do you swear or affirm that you will translate accurately from Spanish to English and English to Spanish?
I do. Maria Salazar, certified court interpreter.
Okay, thank you. All right, Miss Shandia Diaz,
Señora Díaz,
you are charged with 1 count.
se le acusa de un cargo.
That's trespass to a property,
Entrada prohibida a una propiedad.
not a structure or conveyance.
No una estructura ni tampoco una casa móvil.
I do find probable causes to that count.
Encuentro causa probable para el cargo.
State priors?
Están preguntando si usted tiene antecedentes al fiscal.
Your Honor, I see theft out of North Miami from
Eh,
2012.
Hurto en el 2012 en North Miami.
End of record.
And-
End of record.
y ese es todo lo que tiene usted en el récord.
Okay. If you want to resolve this case today,
Si usted quiere resolver su caso hoy,
I would offer you a withheld adjudication,
le voy a retener el fallo condenatorio,
meaning no conviction,
que no le va a quiere decir que no le va a dar condena en su expediente,
and take judicial notice of the time you've already served in jail.
y le voy a dar crédito por tiempo servido por el tiempo que ha pasado usted en la cárcel.
Otherwise, your bond is $25.
Si de otra manera, si no quiere aceptar eso, su fianza sería $25.
Would you like to resolve the case today or post
¿Quiere,
the bond?
¿Quiere resolver su caso el día de hoy o quiere pagar su fianza?
Quiero resolver. No sé.
I
Quiero
would-
salir hoy.
I would like to take care of the case today. I want to leave today.
Okay. Can you please raise your right hand?
Levante la mano derecha que va a jurar.
Do you swear or affirm
Usted jura o afirma
that the testimony you're about to give is
que,
the truth,
que el testimonio que va a dar usted será la verdad,
the whole truth,
toda la verdad
and nothing but the truth?
y nada más que la verdad? ¿Jura?
Lo juro.
I do swear.
Okay. You want to resolve your case today to a withheld adjudication?
¿Usted quiere resolver su caso el día de hoy con una retención del fallo condenatorio?
No entiendo.
I don't understand.
It means that you will not be convicted of this charge.
Eso quiere decir que no la van a condenar por el cargo.
Oh, ya.
Okay,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. How do you wish to plead? Guilty or no contest?
¿Cómo se va a declarar? ¿Culpable o que no va a pelear el caso?
No, no lo voy a pelear.
No contest.
Okay, I accept your no contest plea.
¿Aceptó su declaratoria de que no va a pelear el caso?
And I sentence you to
Sí.
I sentence you to a withheld adjudication
La sentencia a una retención de fallo
with judicial notice
con notificación judicial
of the time you've already served.
y crédito por el tiempo servido en la cárcel hasta hoy.
Good luck to you, ma'am.
Que tenga buena suerte.
No tengo que pagar nada.
So I don't have to pay anything?
No,
No.
Soy que me puedo ir hoy.
Can I leave today?
you should be able to. Unless
Sí,
there's other holds on you.
tiene que ser posible que la deje salir hoy.
Okay, thank you.
Judge, there's also another Spanish-speaking person at North Broward on page 16. It's about 10 from the end. The last name is Banos, B-A-N-O-S.
Mr. Bond.
Okay. Generoso Banos,
Señor Banos,
you were charged with 5 counts.
Sí.
Assault. Go ahead.
señor, se le ha acusado a usted con 5 cargos de agresión.
Yo no tengo.
Count 1 is
Yo
assault.
llamé. Yo estando en el hospital llamé a la policía de Pembroke porque me estaban negando la ayuda en el hospital.
Okay, I called the Pembroke,
Y entonces me estaban
Pembroke Police.
Sir, hold on.
Permítame un segundo. I called, when I was at the hospital, I called the police and because medical attention was being refused.
Okay, sir. That's something to talk to your attorney about.
Eso es algo que ya le tiene que hablar al abogado suyo.
You
Okay, entonces yo cogí la leche porque no me gustó.
Can you tell him not to talk
Y la tiré en la pared.
Mire, dice el abogado, dice que,
Yo se la tiré.
señor, que no diga nada, dice su abogado.
Okay.
Okay.
you were charged with 5 counts.
Se le acusa de 5 cargos.
Count 1 is assault.
El primero es agresión.
Count 2 is assault on an officer or firefighter.
El segundo es agresión a un oficial de la policía o una persona encargada del incendio.
Counts 3 and 4 are battery on an officer.
El 3 y 4 es agresión física en contra de un oficial de la ley.
And count 5 is criminal mischief.
Y el 5 es un cargo de daño a la propiedad.
I find probable causes to all 5.
Encuentro causa probable para los 5 cargos.
Count 1 will be a $100 bond.
100 en el primer cargo es $100.
Count 2 will be a $100 bond.
En el segundo cargo también 100.
Counts 3 and 4 will be $7,500 apiece.
7,500, Your Honor.
Yes,
En el tercero, en el cuarto y quinto cargo son 7,500 cada uno.
And count 5 will be a $25 bond.
Y en el quinto cargo es $25.
That's a total of $15,225.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, interpreter, I didn't hear the amount.
That's okay. It's a total of $15,225
Yo
bond.
lo que quiero que me lleven
Señor,
para que me curen.
el total de la fianza que usted tiene que pagar para salir son 15,225. ¿Qué le decía? ¿Qué dice usted?
Que me lleven para un hospital para que me curen la una infección que tengo, pero... porque
Well,
me
I
está
want to be
negando
taken
la
to the
ayuda médica.
hospital. Permítame, I have to be taken to the hospital. I have an infection, a serious infection.
Okay, I'm
Tengo
sure that they will
infección
take
en
care
el
of that
riñón.
for you, but. if
Judge,
you
I'm,
need-
I'm sure that on counts 3 and 4, I'm sure that I couldn't speak to him because he speaks Spanish, but I'm sure that he can't afford that amount of bond. I don't know if the court would consider lowering the bond from 7,500 per count.
Acá está pidiendo su abogado que el cargo 3 y 4 le bajen la fianza porque usted no tiene los medios económicos y su abogado no ha podido hablar con usted todavía.
Yo estoy deshabilitado. Yo no tengo dinero.
I don't have any money.
Good luck to you, sir.
Que tenga buena suerte.
Star Jean-Marie,
She's here, Your Honor. Just move the real chair. Okay, she's at most brought off.
Thank you.
Just gotta move. Pass. Pass. Move him over. She's got yours. Pull the podium up there. Excuse me.
Ms. Jean-Marie, you're charged with 1 count of aggravated battery. I do find probable cause. State, does she have any priors?
Your Honor, I can go into more detail, but I can advise the court, she has multiple juvenile priors involving violence.
All right. Any recommendations?
Your Honor, state would be recommending, based on her prior violence, level of violence, $7,500, no victim contact. And, Your Honor, I'm sorry, and also acknowledging the age of the alleged victim.
Judge, I would just argue on her behalf. She's single. She's 20 years old. She just found out that she may, in fact, be pregnant at this time. She has no money in the bank. She does have family members that live here that are hoping to help her. I'm not sure what amount they'd be able to afford, but I'd ask the court to set a reasonable bond, maybe $3,500.
Okay, based on the probable cause affidavit and the information about priors, I'm going to set bond in the amount of $5,000. No victim contact. Good luck to you, man.
Judge, we have another individual that requires a Spanish interpreter at Maine.
Oh, okay. Who's that?
He is on page 6. His name is Lautaro Casas.
Okay. All right. Emmanuel Murdoch?
Mr. Murdoch she's here present?
And that's
So
me.
she is approaching?
In jail.
Okay, Ms. Murdoch, you are charged with 2 counts, grand theft auto and a warrant on a misdemeanor. I do find probable causes to both. Count 1 is a $1,000 bond. Count 2 looks like it's a $500 bond. Good luck to you, man. Looks like.
Judge, just being Ms. Murdoch, she did inform me that her friend is going to be posting her bond.
Okay, great. Good luck to you, man. Stephanie Lee, North Broward. Ms. Lee, you are charged with 2 counts of petty theft and the use of an anti-shoplifting control device. I think it was removing anti-shoplifting control device. I do find probable causes to both of those. Count 1 will be a $100 bond. Count 2 will be a $1,000 bond. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Jade Hill.
Tell, come on up, please. She's here at Maine. Oh, he declined. She declined, so it's
Okay, no problem. Miss Hill, you are charged with 1 count of violation of community control and a felony. I do find probable cause. You are currently going to be held no bond. You do have a VOCC status conference set on the 15th, which I believe is Wednesday. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Vanita Lennon.
North Broward, Your Honor.
Ms. Lennon, you are charged with 4 counts. The first is a resisting an officer without violence, and then 3 warrants on felonies. I do find probable causes to all 4. On count 1, it is a $100 bond. Counts 2, 3, and 4, you're currently being held no bond until you see the division judge. Good luck to you, man. Isis Smith.
No problem, Your Honor.
Ms. Smith, you are charged with 4 counts. The first is petty theft, the second is possession of heroin, the third is possession of cocaine, and the fourth is drug paraphernalia possession. I do find probable causes to all 4. Count 1 is a $100 bond, counts 2 and 3 are $1,000 bonds apiece, and count 4 is a $100 bond. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Okay. Stephen Morris.
Mr. Morris is here present, main judge, the municipal ordinance case.
Right. Good morning, Mr. Morris. You are charged with 1 count of a violation of a municipal ordinance. If you want to resolve this case today, I'd adjudicate you guilty and give you credit for time served. Okay, can you raise your right hand?
Yes, sir.
You swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you state your full name, please?
Stephen Richard Morris.
Okay, Mr. Morris. I indicated to you if you want to resolve the case today, I'd adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for time served. Is that something that you want to do?
Yes, sir.
How do you wish to plead, guilty or no contest?
No contest, sir.
I'll accept your no contest plea and adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for time served. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Stay out of that intersection. Okay. Clyde Maxey.
Mr. Maxey, come on up, Judge. I believe this is a county ordinance case.
Mr. Maxey, you are charged with 1 violation of a warrant, I guess, on a misdemeanor, county ordinance. I do find probable cause. If you want to resolve your case today, I adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for time served. Okay, raise your right hand, please. You swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, can you state your full name? Please state your full name.
Clyde Calvin Maxey.
Okay, Mr. Maxey, I indicated to you that if you want to resolve the case today, I'd adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for time served. Is that something you want to do?
Yes, sir.
All right, how do you wish to plead, guilty or no contest?
No contest.
All right, sir, I'll accept your no contest plea, adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for time served. Good luck to you.
James Turner.
James Turner.
He's approaching Judge, municipal ordinance case.
Mr. Turner, you are charged with a warrant on a misdemeanor, municipal ordinance violation. I do find probable cause, but if you want to resolve the case today, I'll do the same thing I did for the other gentleman. I'll adjudicate you guilty and give you credit for time served. Is that something that you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Can you state your full name, please?
James Alvin Turner.
Okay. Mr. Turner, I indicated to you that if you want to resolve the case today, I'd adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for time served. Is that something that you want to do?
Yes, sir.
All right. How do you wish to plead, guilty or no contest?
No contest.
I'll accept your no contest plea, adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for time served. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Lataro Casas, I think that's what you're.
That's the gentleman that was
Yeah.
gonna record this interpreter?
We didn't get Spanish interpreter. Okay, no problem. I'll just put this on recall until we get the Spanish
No
interpreter.
problem, Judge.
Okay. Is there anybody else that you know of that will need the services?
Let me inquire.
Sure.
¿Alguien más necesita un intérprete en español que solamente habla español? That's the only gentleman that requires one here at main judge.
No problem. All right. Roberto Sanchez Duarte.
I've been informed he bonded, Judge.
Okay.
There's a directory.
Randy Go.
He's here present, Judge, in Maine.
Okay, Mr. Go, you are charged with 5 counts. The first being resisting an officer without violence. The second is trespassing. Third is a municipal ordinance violation, and then there's 2 warrants on misdemeanors from 2013, 2012. I do find probable causes to all of them. Count 1 will be a $100 bond. Count 2 will be a 0 bond. Count 3 will be a 0 bond. Counts 4 and 5, the bond has been listed at $500 bonds apiece, and I'll leave those in place. Good luck to you, sir.
And Mr. Go did advise my sister's gonna be posting it.
Okay, great. Keith Williams.
Moving off route, Your Honor.
Mr. Williams, you're charged with 1 count. It's a capias or warrant on a misdemeanor or municipal ordinance. Looks like from the South Satellite Courthouse. If you want, I do find probable cause, and your bond is set at $100. But if you want to resolve your case today, I'd adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for time served.
Okay,
Is that something that you want to do, sir?
yes.
He's not gonna be here. He'll be in, no, Judge Cohen.
Okay. All right, sir, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Can you state your name, please?
William Keith.
Okay. Mr. Keith, is your first name Williams, or is it your first name Keith?
My first name is Keith,
Okay.
but I just say William Keith.
Okay, no problem. All right, Mr. Williams, I indicated to you that if you want to resolve this case today, that I would adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for time served. Is that something that you want to do?
Yes,
All right. How do you wish to plead, guilty or no contest?
I'm guilty.
Okay, I'll accept your guilty plea, and I will sentence you to an adjudication with credit for time you've already served. Good luck to you, sir.
Okay, other.
What's the other person?
Eddie Mamozet.
Davis?
Mr. Memos that is approaching Judge on his county ordinance case. Oh, I believe, according to the docket, it says reset for a Creole.
Yeah, I just saw that. Okay, thank you. All right, we'll put it on recall for the Creole interpreter then. Roddy Williams.
Mr. Williams, I've been informed is a medical reset, Judge.
Elvin Booth.
Mr. Booth is approaching, Judge. He declined the services of public defender.
Okay, no problem. Mr. Booth, you are charged with 2 counts. The first is possession of cannabis, 20 grams or less. The second is a violation of probation on a felony. I do find probable causes to both. Count 1, it's a $100 bond. Count 2, you'll be held no bond. It looks like you have a VOP status set on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Mark Simon.
Mr. Simon's here present, Judge.
Mr. Simon, you are charged with 4 counts. The first is possession with intent to sell or manufacture. It says PVP.
I think the officer put in the wrong statute number. I think it should be cannabis, yeah.
Yeah. Count 2 will be attaching a registration not assigned. Count 3 would be operating without a valid DL, and 4 is a probation violation. I find probable causes to possession of cannabis with intent, but not PVP. The bond is still $1,000 on that. Counts 2, 3, and 4, I do find probable causes to those. Count 4, the operative one, I guess, here is that you're being held no bond on that one. You do have a status conference set at 8:30 on Wednesday for that case. Good luck to you, sir. Alex Castro?
Mr. Castro is here, present, Judge of Maine.
Okay, Mr. Castro, you were charged with 2 counts of violation of probation on felony charges from, looks like 2016. Based on the warrants, I do find probable cause. You are currently being held no bond on those. It looks like you have a, I can't tell whether it's a 14 or a 19, but it looks like you do have a status conference set on the, it looks like, oh, is that a 7? Okay. On the 17th of this month, which is Friday at 8:45. Good luck to you, sir. Almond Duncan.
He's here, present, Judge of Maine.
Mr. Duncan, you are charged with 3 counts. The first is burglary of an unoccupied dwelling. Second is resisting an officer without violence. Third is driving while license suspended as a habitual offender. State, does he have priors?
Your Honor, other than, looks like all of his priors I see are DWLSs. There was a misdemeanor possession of cannabis 4 years ago.
Judge, in speaking with Mr. Duncan, he's 29 years old. He's been residing in our community his whole entire life. At this time, he is working. He works for a company called Resource 4 Floors, which is a carpet and tile company. He's been steadily employed with the same company for just over 1 year, making approximately $13 an hour. He lives in Opelika with his grandmother. His grandmother's elderly. She doesn't have the financial capability of posting his bond. He's going to be relying on his girlfriend to post his bond, but she does hair, so it's minimum wage. Judge, what we'd be asking you to consider is on count 1, setting a bond of somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,500, so therefore maybe his family or his girlfriend could try and afford to post his bond.
Okay. State?
Your Honor, only because this involves someone's home, I was going to be requesting a $2,500 bond.
It looks like it was the backyard of a home. It wasn't actually entering into the home itself, and while I know that that is technically a burglary, I have to take that into consideration, the fact that he has a lack of priors. Go ahead.
And I meant someone's not their actual home.
Yeah, no, I know what you meant. I will set bond on count 1 at $1,000. Counts 2 is $100, count 3 is $750, so it's a total of $1,850. Good luck to you, sir. Corey McMullen.
He's here, approaching Judge of Maine.
Mr. McMullen, you're charged with 2 counts, violation of probation on felonies on both of those. I do find probable cause. You're currently being held no bond on both of those. It looks like you have a status conference set on those in front of your division judge on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Gary Thomas, you're next.
Mr. Thomas, you are charged with 1 count of violation of community control on a felony. I do find probable cause. You too have a status conference in front of the division judge on 11/15 of this. That's Wednesday. You're currently being held no bond. Good luck to you, sir. Michael Elliott. Mr. Elliott, you are charged with 1 count of violation of probation on a felony. You're currently being held no bond. You have a status conference set at 8:30 on Wednesday on this case. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Daryl Cunningham.
He's here, main judge.
Mr. Cunningham, you have 2 counts. A warrant on, it looks like a traffic case in the Central Courthouse, and a violation of probation on a felony from 2013. I do find probable cause on both of them. On count 1, your bond is $100. On count 2, it's a no bond hold. You do have status, looks like on the misdemeanor case on the 16th, which is Thursday at 11 a.m., and then VOP status on the felony case on Friday at 8:45 a.m. Good luck to you, sir. Shamar Venrile.
Judge, I've been advised it's a medical reset.
We have a Spanish interpreter back, Judge.
Oh, okay, great.
Oh, Spanish interpreter?
Yeah.
Senor, he was on page 6, Judge, the gentleman that was on Spanish interpreter.
Yes.
Mr. Casas.
Thank you. Yes, I have it. Mr. Casas,
Señor Casas,
you were charged with one count,
señor, se le acusa de un cargo
petty theft.
de hurto menor.
I find probable cause,
Encuentro causa probable,
and your bond is set at $100.
$100 de fianza.
Judge, the only thing we'd be requesting is if you would sign a phone order so he can contact his friend and bond him out. He assured me it's not going to be a problem for his friend.
Okay, no problem. Happy to do
Quiere
it.
que el permiso para llamar por teléfono para que se pague su esposa, se contacten con el fiancista.
Will do.
Okay.
Kevin Davis.
Mr. Davis?
Mr. Davis, you were charged with 8 counts. False ID given to a law enforcement officer, possession of cannabis, 20 grams or less, possession of drug paraphernalia, advertisement of drug paraphernalia.
I've never seen it, and I didn't see anything.
I had marked it as well. I'll get back to that one in a second. Resisting an officer without violence on counts 5 and 6, probation violation or community control on a felony, and an out-of-county hold. Getting back to count 4, I have no idea what that charge is. I've never seen it before. I've been doing this for a while, but I'm not going to find probable cause as to that count. It was a 0 bond anyway. As to the others, I do find probable cause.
Judge, with regards to counts 3 and 4, I understand that what they're alleging, I guess, is that he either didn't give his name or refused to give his name, but that would be covered under count 1. I think the 2 counts of resisting without would be duplicative, and I would ask the court to find either no probable cause or set the bond at ROR for those 2.
Did you say 3 and 4?
It would be, I'm sorry, 5 and 6.
Okay.
I apologize.
I mean, whatever the court wants to find out, I have no objection, Your Honor, to ROR on all the local counts so he can get brought down to Dade County for his VOP.
That actually makes good sense because those are the operative. I'll ROR him on counts 5 and 6. Looks like he's got 0 bonds on the other ones anyway.
ROR.
Yeah, and I'll ROR him on count 1 as well, just so that the $100 doesn't hold him up from getting down to Miami and taking care of that.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, no problem. I'm just RORing him. I'm finding probable cause and then RORing him on those counts. Andres De La Cruz.
Mr. De La Cruz is here at Main, Judge. He is approaching. Mr. De La Cruz, come on up, please.
Mr. De La Cruz, you're charged with 2 counts. The first is burglary, unoccupied conveyance, and second is grand theft. I do find probable cause as to both. Steve, does he have priors?
Yes, Your Honor. His criminal history includes (2011) unlawful use of false name ID, 2007 aggravated fleeing and eluding at a high rate of speed, felon carrying concealed weapon, resisting without violence with a violation of probation, resisting without violence theft 04, carrying concealed firearm and leaving the scene of an accident in 03 with a violation of probation, possession. Everything else goes back to the 90s, Your Honor.
All right. I find probable causes to both of these. What were you going to say?
And speaking of Mr. De La Cruz, from what he informed me, he's been residing in South Florida for the past 30 years. He's 57 years old. He is working. He works for a company called Tree Service in landscaping. He's been working for them for the past 15 years. He makes approximately about $200 a day whenever there is work. He lives with his family in Hollywood. They rent an apartment. Their monthly rent is about $1,300. He lived there with his girlfriend and his 13-year-old child. His girlfriend doesn't work. She's a stay-at-home girlfriend helping him take care of the child. Judge, from what he advised me, they have no sort of monetary assets, no sort of savings to go ahead and post his bond. Judge, from what I hear from the state, his priors are a little bit dated. Judge, would you consider if pretrial can verify his address of placing Mr. De La Cruz on pretrial release.
Let me defer to pretrial. Good morning. Does Mr. Cruz speak English?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I mean, it's not his first language. He's bilingual. He's more comfortable in Spanish, but him and I were able to have a conversation in English this morning.
So that's a recommendation. Well, what I'll do is I will defer to pretrial if pretrial can interview him and he qualifies, then I'll ROR him. Otherwise, to pretrial. Go ahead. What were you gonna say? No.
Your Honor.
Okay.
The-
Okay.
Well, Your Honor, one other issue.
Sure.
to- I'm showing he's also been arrested 4 previous times for failing to appear in court. And I would also note, just looking at the booking sheet, that he has used aliases in the past.
Yeah, I just saw that. All right, listen, I'll set bond in the amount of $2,500 on count 1 and $1,000 on count 2. Good luck to you, sir. Anthony Self.
Mr. Self is approaching, Judge. He defines service to public defender.
Okay, Mr. Self, you are charged with 2 counts. 1 is a violation of probation on a felony, it looks like from 2010. Count 2 is a capias on a traffic criminal case. I do find probable causes to both. Count 1, you're being held no bond. Count 2, the bond is set at $1,500. It looks like you have status conferences on Wednesday on the GOP at 8:30, and then another status on the traffic case on December 7th. At 10 a.m. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
DeAndre Counts.
Mr. Counts is here present. Judge at Maine, he declined the service to public defender.
No problem. All right, Mr. Counts, you are charged with 2 counts. The first is driving while license suspended as a habitual offender, and count 2, unlawful display of blue lights. I do find probable cause. The bond on count 1 is $750. It's $0 on count 2, so your total bond is $750. Good luck to you, sir. Martin Swan.
Mr. Swan is here present. Judge at Maine, he is approaching. He declined the service to public defender.
Mr. Swan, you are charged with 6 counts. DUI, third offense, over 10 years. And then DUI with property damage, driving while license suspended, third or subsequent offense, careless driving, driving with a license from another state when your Florida license is suspended, and refusing to surrender your suspended driver's license. I do find probable cause as to all 6 counts. Count 1, your bond is $2,500. Count 2, your bond is $2,500. Count 3, your bond will be $750. Counts 4, 5, and 6 will be 0 bond. So your total bond will be $5,750.
He told me it was only $2,700.
It was, and now it's $5,750. Good luck to you, sir. 2,500, 2,500, and 750. Michael Sheets.
It's a med reset, Judge.
Okay.
Judge, his wife was here in court. She indicated that they apparently left the hospital at 6 something this morning. They may be set for this afternoon. I don't know if the court wants to reset it for this afternoon.
Okay, sure.
That way I can let her know to come back.
Okay, sure. Let's do that then. We'll reset for 1:30. Stephen Mizell.
I believe it's a medical loan, Judge.
medical reset? Did you say medical reset?
Yeah.
Marvin Burrows.
That's right. No fraud, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Burrows. You are charged with 3 counts: possession of burglary tools, grand theft, and resisting an officer without violence. I do find probable causes to all 3. Count 1 will be a $1,000 bond. Count 2 will be a $1,000 bond. Count 1 and 2 is a $1,000 bond apiece, and count 3 is $100 bond. Good luck.
Your Honor, Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
can I get RRR? I have no one to bond me out. Can I get RRR or pretrial release, please, sir?
Does he
I
have-
have no family to bond me out.
Does he have priors?
One moment, Judge.
Judge, I'm just looking here.
When this came through the other day, the public defender that was in magistrate court indicated that with regards to the possession of burglary tools with the intent to use, it says that per statute it must be for either a burglary or trespass, and that this is a grand theft charge. So based on that, I would argue that there's no probable cause for the court to find possession of burglary tools.
Can I please get RRR? Because I ain't gonna be able to get out, Your Honor. I'm gonna be sitting in here rotting.
We're checking, sir.
Okay.
It's a hammer.
It doesn't say anything about there were any kind of strike marks or anything like that on the.
A hammer or the locks or anything like that.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. I have no objection to a no PC on the possession of burglary tools. I would ask to be heard as far as the bond on grand theft, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, I'm going to be asking for a bond increase based on Mr. Burrows' criminal history. He just pled out a theft October 3rd of this year. He's also got from September of this year resisting without violence and loitering and prowling. 2015 battery on a victim over the age of 65, assault, resisting without violence. 2015 resisting without violence, disorderly conduct. Exposure and disorderly conduct, 02. I mean, my greater concern is his recent theft and loitering and prowling.
The loitering and prowling, the police were following.
Sir, don't talk about the facts of the case, okay?
All right, well, I agree with the defense on the no PC on count, I'm sorry, on count one. And on count two, it's still a grand theft of a bicycle. I'm gonna leave the $1,000 bond in place on count two. Count three will be a $100 bond. So your total bond is $1,100, sir. Good luck to you.
All right, thank you, sir.
Reynold Charles?
Medical reset, Your Honor.
Do me a favor. I think the people from this weekend might have accidentally left that case with you. Just check when you go back up there, unless you already passed it on to SBU. Reynold.
Marlon Chamorro?
It's already gone.
Good morning, Mr. Chamorro. You are charged with one count of violation of probation on a felony. I do find probable cause. Your bond is set at no bond. You do have a status conference set on Wednesday at 8:30 in the morning. Good luck to you, sir. Leroy Turner? Mr. Turner?
North Broward, I believe.
Yep. Okay, Mr. Turner, this is a correction, I believe, trafficking. Yeah, trafficking in oxycodone, 25 grams, more than 28 grams and less than 100 grams. Based on the probable cause affidavit, I do find probable cause, looks like it was like 20 some odd grams. And your bond is set currently at $500,000. Good luck to you, sir. Good morning. Okay, great. All right. Is Eddie Mamozet?
Yes, Mr. Mamazet is here present, Judge.
Okay, great. Ma'am, do you swear or affirm that you will translate accurately from Creole to English and Creole?
I do. Chantal Bazelet, Bazilais.
Okay, Mr. Mamozet,
Monsieur Mamazet,
you were charged with one count.
yo accusé de yon charge,
That is a violation of a county ordinance,
c'est que ou violé on ordonnance que yo te ba ou.
disorderly conduct.
I'm sorry, Judge.
Disorderly conduct, I apologize.
Et puis ou te gen mauvais comportement ou t'a créé des ordres.
I do find probable cause.
Moi trouvé que gon raison qui fait yo arrêter ou.
Your bond is $25.
Et puis yo ba on caution, on bon de $25.
If you want to resolve your case today,
Si vous voulez résoudre cas aujourd'hui,
I will offer you. State, does he have any priors?
moi pral offrir l'état, est-ce que li fait commettre l'autre crime avant ça?
He does recent similar stuff. And
Okay. I would offer you an adjudication,
Moi t'a offrir ça y est l'adjudication.
which is a conviction.
Oui.
Which is a conviction,
Et ça veut dire que son conviction, ça veut dire qu'on est coupable.
and I would give you credit for time you've already served.
Et puis, tu as au crédit pour tant qu'on est en prison déjà.
Is that something that you want to do?
Est-ce que son bagage qu'on t'a voulu? Yes.
Okay, can you raise your right hand, please?
Est-ce qu'on est capable de lever main droite, s'il vous plaît? Levez main droite. I would like to finish with the case.
Do you swear or affirm
Est-ce qu'on fait serment ou bien on affirme
the testimony you're about to give
que le témoignage qu'on parle là,
is the truth, the whole
c'est
truth,
la vérité
and nothing but the truth?
et c'est seulement la vérité?
I swear.
I swear.
Merci. Can you please state your full name?
Est-ce qu'on est capable de dire tout nom, s'il vous plaît? Prénom à signature, tout nom. Dis non.
Eddie Mamazet.
Eddie Mamazet.
Okay, Mr. Mamozet,
OK, Monsieur Mamazet.
I indicated
Moi, dis que
that if you wanted to resolve the
que
case
si vous
today,
voulez résoudre le cas,
that I would offer you an adjudication credit for time served.
Que m'daba ou on adjudication et m'daba ou temps qu'on déjà dans prison.
Is that something you want to do today?
Est-ce que son bail qu'on veut faire, je dis? Can I tell him to...
Yes.
Ou qu'elle doit mettre les mains? Ou qu'elle doit baisser les mains? Baisser les mains. Ou pas besoin? I would like to do everything today.
Okay. How do you wish to plead? Guilty or no contest?
Est-ce qu'on voulait plaider coupable ou bien on voulait dire ou pas faire aucune contestation? No contest. I'm not guilty.
Well, if you're not guilty, then we can't resolve the case today.
So on dit qu'on pas coupable, yo pas capable de résoudre cas aujourd'hui.
If you want to resolve the case today,
So voulez résoudre cas aujourd'hui,
then you have the option of pleading guilty
ou gain droit pour dire que ou coupable ou guilty
or no contest.
ou bien ou dit no contest ou pas contester. Okay, I'm guilty.
Okay. I'll accept your guilty plea,
OK, m'a pas accepté que ou coupable
and I'll sentence you to an adjudication
et puis m'a bon sentence de judication
with credit for time you've already served.
avec crédit, il a pas retirer tout jour qu'on déjà servi.
Good luck to you, sir.
OK, bonne chance monsieur.
Okay.
OK.
Okay.
They don't know what no
I
contest
know.
in Creole either.
I know.
They don't give them a
I have
chance
to say
over
it.
there. I know.
Did we miss anybody on the?
We have the third look docket, Judge. We have 5 gentlemen here at Maine.
Okay. Let me see if I.
Let me call someone to get someone to come help you. Okay. No, I forgot. It's not that. I thought I forgot that was just for a misunderstanding. I'm like, I thought you came. That's a bit much. That's a bit much.
I'm gonna take a very quick break before we get into the third luck docket. Let everybody catch up. Keisha Vaughn. Good morning.
Please tell me.
Is Miss
She's at.
Not at Maine.
She's at. Ms. Vaughn's. Okay, one moment. That's not right. Hold on.
Keisha Vaughn?
Judge Keisha Vaughn is not in custody.
Okay.
Yeah, she's out of custody.
All right. Roosevelt Calhoun? Roosevelt Calhoun?
Okay, Your
Mr. Calhoun is here, present, Judge at Maine.
and Your Honor, I checked, and if DSO can confirm this, Mr. Calhoun is currently being held on a $5,000 bond. That would make him ineligible for a third look.
That would make him ineligible.
Ineligible, since the review for third looks are supposed to be defendants
$2,000
between 500 and 2,000.
Okay. All right. And I note that it's possession of firearm by convicted felon. All right.
Judge, I know Mr. Calhoun's been in here a couple months. Yes, it's a $5,000 bond. I know the whole purpose of it is what the state just described to you, but I know there's no way he can come up with that much money for a bond. He has no one to help post his bond, but he does have a valid address. He's asking me to request you consider placing him on pretrial release.
The case is filed, is it not?
It's filed, he's been arraigned, he's had a calendar call.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that to the division judge, respectfully.
Thank you, Judge.
James
Let me explain
Roberson?
what happened.
James Roberson?
All right, sir. Go.
Thank you.
And I'll wait till. Your Honor, Mr. Roberson, I can advise the court, Mr. Roberson's bond is $2,500. So again, he's not eligible for this third look in this division. Also, it is filed, and Your Honor, just based on the nature of the charge, I would ask that no action be taken at this time.
Yeah, I mean,
I would just argue on his behalf.
The purpose that these were set on the docket is for the court to take a look at it to see if there's any way that we can try to get him out of custody, and that clearly he can't afford the bond that's currently set, so we would just ask the court to take a look at it, see if we can lower the bond for him to get him out.
yeah, I appreciate that. I don't, I'm not sure that I would have necessarily set a $2,500 bond on that charge. And respectfully, I think at this point, it's been filed, and the division judge can do what they need to do with that bond, but I don't know that we can really do all that here. So I'm gonna deny the bond request. Jose Alicea?
Thank you, Judge.
All right, sir.
Your Honor, again, Mr. Alicea's bond is $5,000, so again, per the chief judge's own instructions, he would not be eligible for a third look. Again, based on just the nature of this offense, and it has been filed. He was arraigned August 11th of this year.
Again, with this case, there's no difference between this case and the last case as far as the bond is concerned. I'm gonna leave that to the division judge. I don't think it's appropriate for the third look docket, so I'm gonna deny the bond hearing at this time. Tyrone Malone?
He posted bond,
Okay.
No, is that Paul Ryan?
Paul Ryan?
but
He may have posted on something else. All right, what's Mr.,
one moment, Your Honor, I'm sorry. He's in custody, but I'm showing that a bond was posted.
Sure.
Judge, he posted the bond, however, he was to be released with a memo and pretrial under the everything. He loses his option at that point.
Okay. All right, yeah, he bonded on this, and it's just a question of what the division judge wants to do as far as the Alamo is concerned. All right. So you posted the bond. It's a moot point for me right now. So good luck to you, sir. The division judge will probably do something with you as far as the address confirmation. Jesse Collins?
Conti, Your Honor. 1 second, it's coming.
All right, Mr. Collins, charged with felony petty theft.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm just checking the thing. And I can advise the court, it was filed August 14th. He was arraigned August 22nd of this year. He actually had a calendar call October 27th. He's represented by the public defender.
What's his bond right now?
$1,000.
Judge, I would just ask the court to take it into consideration. Again, the purpose for this is to try and move some of these cases. And by moving them, I mean to try and get these people out of custody and that because they can't afford the bond that's currently set.
He's been in since July 23rd.
Yes, sir.
He has, Your Honor, but,
Judge,
yes,
he's
it's,
been to division, the division judge had also ordered him to do the 30-day SAP program, and he should have another hearing to,
All right, who's the division judge? I'm sorry.
I believe Judge McCarthy.
Okay. All right, well, I mean, if he's gonna do the SAP program, I'm sure she'll do something for him.
I think he might have already, but he completed, but Your Honor, the point.
Okay.
Yes, the purpose of this hearing is to see if something can be done on bonds, but there has to be a reasonable alternative. He has a lengthy history. Unless you wanna put him on pretrial pending verification, if maybe, I don't know, since the last time they spoke with him, he has another address, but it's gotta be something more than just release onto the street.
Does he have no address verification?
I have one, Your Honor.
Pardon?
I have one.
You have an address
Yes, sir.
where you live?
Yes, sir.
I'll do this. I'll ROR him pending address verification.
Which if you leave the bond at 1,000,
I'm-
once they verify, then
Right.
it'll be ROR.
Right, that's fine.
Okay.
That's what actually what I wanted. All right. Daniel Harrell?
He posted bond was released November 4th.
Hattie Jackson?
All right.
Your Honor, I'm gonna ask that this go to division. She's being held on a total bond of 2,000 on these charges, but she's being held no bond on another case for burg dwelling and theft that Judge Howery granted a state motion to revoke bond on October 31st.
It really is kind of a moot point in any event. Regardless of what we did on this, she'd still be held on the other case, so I'm gonna deny the motion on
Judge,
this.
he would be. Case count 1, the grand theft, case number 1701, 1791, CF 1080. That case they put on the docket was already known.
Okay. Okay, and then,
She's not being held on that, obviously.
Second case.
I mean, if she's being held no bond on another case, RORing her on this is actually going to hurt her as
Yeah,
far as.
exactly. What we were referenced is she's later on the docket on page 8, she has another case that was put on the docket, but that was no info. So that's not, just to advise Ms. Jackson, that's not even holding her.
Right, okay. All right, Ms. Jackson, basically what it is that there's one count that the state has declined to file, but it looks like you're being held on another case, no bond. If I were to ROR you on any of these, then you wouldn't be getting credit for time served while you were still in custody on the other charge. So it's not in your best interest for me to ROR you while you're being held no bond on another charge. So I'm going to deny the ROR or the bond reduction on count 1. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. All right, ma'am. Good luck to you.
I can go back.
Carlitha Cruz?
All right, I'm
Your Honor,
Yes.
and I don't believe Ms. Cruz has counsel, but I can tell you, she's been in custody over 40 days. The state has not filed an information. She should be ROR'd at this time.
Okay, I am going to ROR Ms. Cruz based on the state's representation. I appreciate that. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anthony Brown.
He was ROR'd to first step
Not in
up.
custody.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if he was in or not waiting the program. Okay, there you go.
Okay. Jesse Boykin.
Is he at North? I suspect he's at North.
Jesse Boykin.
He's at North Broad, but he refused.
Well, and Your Honor, I was gonna be asking that this be allowed to go to division. It's filed, he was arraigned, and he's scheduled for a status hearing on competency grounds Wednesday before Judge Fine.
That's fine. I'm going to deny the motion for ROR, the bond reduction on that one. Patrick Ford.
North Broward, sorry about that.
Conti, Your Honor. Conti?
And Your Honor, here's what's going on in Mr. Ford's case. I don't have an objection, these charges have not been filed. I don't have an objection on these charges. What I would advise the court, and Mike, what I'd advise you, he's got another case, that he is being held, I believe on $1,000 or $1,500 bond involving a burglary of a conveyance. He's scheduled for arraignment tomorrow, so, you know, I don't know if you wanna take a chance, a moment to talk to him.
But if I can just inquire really quick.
Sure.
Sir, there's another case that you have apparently that has a $1,500 bond. Would you be able to post that bond?
No, sir.
If the court RORs you on this case,
Yes, sir.
the assigned judge does not have to give you credit time served. They can, it's discretionary, but they don't have to. The concern is always that if you were in court, if you were in custody on this and you're still in jail but not getting credit on the other case. That's always a concern. The judge could ROR you on this case, but you're not going to get out until you post bond on the other case. So what would you rather do? Have him just leave everything alone so that we know for a fact you're going to get credit time served? Or would you rather the judge ROR you on this case and try to get your family to work on posting a bond on the other case?
They're not gonna be able to post a bond.
Okay, so then it's better probably for you to not have the judge ROR you today. You understand?
Yes, yeah. I'm not gonna be able to go home anyways.
Okay.
Right. Exactly, okay.
And obviously, you know, he's gonna see Judge Howard tomorrow morning,
Right, and Judge Howery, if he wants to, can do whatever is gonna happen on the other case, but, you know, if for some reason he resolves the other case, and he's out of custody, then I'll be happy to bring it back up and deal
Okay.
with this, okay?
Perfect. Thank you, Judge.
No problem. What's that? Yeah, no action. Francis Andriol?
Not in custody, though.
Jasmine Wall? Jasmine Wall?
Oh, she was already, ROR'd to pretrial on November 7th.
Okay.
Well, I don't know, I mean, maybe she is. but-
We have Patty Jackson again, but,
Yeah, we took care of that.
that was no.
She was released, yeah.
Oscar Garcia?
He's inappropriate, Judge.
I'm sorry?
Inappropriate.
Okay,
So denied.
okay, denied. Fred Burke?
He posted bond, was released November 5th.
Gary Tobin?
Judge, Mr. Tobin is here, present at me.
What's Mr. Tobin's situation?
I'm checking that right now.
Mr. Tobin is approaching, Judge.
Okay, so he's being held
in a wheelchair.
for Palm Beach?
He doesn't have a hold.
It's a pending case in Palm Beach, that's why we didn't recommend him for pretrial.
Okay.
No, he doesn't have a hold out of there. It's just being brought to the court's attention for consideration of, it's something to be considered when considering bond at this point.
What's the Palm Beach case?
What's the charge in Palm Beach? It's relatable. And I can tell you, Your Honor, an information was filed on this case November 8th.
Judge, I believe Mr. Tobin is 55. He obviously can't afford to post his bond. I believe his total bond is $1,000. I believe he does have an address where he can get notices. So, Judge, I know he's been brought. This is his, I believe, fourth time coming back here. I know everyone's trying to see what they could do for him. So at this time, we're asking you to consider an ROR on Mr. Tobin's behalf, considering this is a non-violent offense. That's all I have to say at this time.
I'll pending verification of an address, I'll leave the bond where it is, but if he qualifies for pretrial, then I'll ROR on the pretrial at that point. He doesn't. Oh, I see.
Well, Judge, that's why we're here. I believe they were trying to verify where he can live.
I see.
But I'm assuming that endeavor has been unsuccessful. However, having said that, that's why I'm asking you. He has a mailing address. The mailing address, he can get notices, future court dates at. So, Judge, at this time, though he doesn't, I guess.
Let me ask you this. Let me stop you for 1 second. He has a court date pending now, right here.
No, he's going to be getting one. The clerk hasn't scheduled an arraignment date yet, but since it was filed on Wednesday, I would imagine any day now he's going to be getting an arraignment date scheduled.
All right. Let me do this. I think that that he's got the. I'm not opposed to RORing him. However, I think that he needs to have that date in hand before I ROR him, so he knows when to be back here. If it was just filed, then there should be a date for Broward County Court coming up pretty soon, like before the end of the week.
I could go ahead and basically, if we could put on for this afternoon, I'll get the name of his attorney, give him his phone number so I can give it to him. He could call in on.
He doesn't have an attorney.
Apparently he's not represented right now.
He didn't. He filled out the application for public defender, so I can go back this afternoon.
That's fine.
Go back to my office, see who's his designated attorney, so he could call in and get his court date.
Fair enough. We'll do that. We'll reset until this afternoon.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. All right. Kenneth Blassengame?
He's out of custody.
All right. Margarita Pierre?
She posted bond. She's out of custody.
Okay. Any other ones?
Got two
Yes, so
misdemeanors.
we have 3 more gentlemen here at Maine.
Well, we only have 2 on the docket.
I have.
I can start calling. 2 of them, I believe, we could go ahead and
Francis
delete.
Andriola.
Oh no, I called it. But
Yeah, he.
hold on 1 second.
Yeah. Wait, where is that? Hold on. Yeah, he posted bond.
What you call him? Who do you have there in Maine?
First, Earl Sharp, come on up. Mr. Sharp, I believe it's going to be easy. He's with the public defender's office. I believe he has a court date coming up with his attorney in which they're going to negotiate a resolution which is going to involve county time, or prison time. So he's not looking to get out at this time, Judge.
Okay, fair enough.
Well,
Yeah, I don't have him on the docket, but that's fine.
So that's
Okay, no problem. All right.
okay. So
Good luck to you, sir.
good luck, Judge.
Fair enough.
Next gentleman is Mr. Justin Swain. He's here. I believe his bond is $3,500 on one of the counts, and based on that, I believe the state's going to have an objection.
Yeah, I don't even have him on my docket. He's not on the docket, so I don't even have anything in front of me. So for right now, I'll no action that.
Okay.
I'm going to defer on that.
Thank you, sir. And the last gentleman we have, Judge, is Mr. Myron Callaman.
Again, I don't have him on the docket.
One moment, Judge.
He's gonna do them next. Okay.
Yeah, I mean he's on the docket. He's got a total of $3,000 bond. He had a bond surrendered on a separate case, from what I can tell.
Yeah, I don't have him on the. I don't have him on the docket, but it looks like he may be bond surrendered on another case, so it's probably not in his best interest to do anything.
Well, we can actually look at his offenses at this time, I believe, Judge, but if you don't have the paperwork in front of you, I don't know if you want to reset it for this afternoon so everyone can get their information, because Mr. Callaman, I believe, does qualify for the third look docket.
Okay.
All his bonds are under 2,000.
I mean, we just don't have him on the docket. We don't have him on the docket. If maybe he's on the docket later this week, I don't know, but I don't have him on the docket. So.
Well, I know he was transferred. He was put on a list that
Not on the document.
was supposed to be addressed.
We don't have his paperwork one way or another.
Yeah, we just don't have his paperwork, so, I mean, again, I don't know if at some point he will be on a docket, but he's not on the docket today, so I really don't have the opportunity to do anything for him. So, we have, at this point, I think,
Consider bringing him in the afternoon, because he qualifies.
No, he doesn't though.
I don't have the ability to put him on a docket if he's not on the morning docket, so.
There are afternoons, Your Honor, but he doesn't qualify. His bond, he's being held on a total bond of over $3,000.
All right,
He does
so,
qualify. He does qualify.
$500 to $2,000.
Correct on as far as the count goes.
No.
If you add up all the counts, then yes.
So you're telling me if someone's being held on 50 counts of grand theft and has a $50,000 bond, they would qualify because each count?
I think it's a total bond issue.
So is the state saying he has a $50,000 bond?
No. He's saying, he's saying that there's a $3,000 total bond, and that doesn't qualify. And
3 counts, so he does qualify. Each count can't exceed the $2,000, so he does qualify, Judge.
And that's the point of my example.
Right.
Judge, he's not on the docket, we don't have paperwork.
She-
She has the paperwork, he's the third.
Count 1,
If they're
1,000 on
concerned
count
that
2.
his office can get him on the docket.
Yeah, I don't think he qualifies at a $3,000 bond. It's for bonds in the amount of $500 to $2,000. I can't see why that would be individual bonds. It's a total bond. It's a question of whether they should be in custody or not. And he's got a bond of $3,000. So respectfully, I'm going to deny that as not being eligible. We have 2 more, I think. Crystal Jones.
Yes.
Crystal Jones.
Let me check this.
Crystal Jones.
She's out on loan, Your Honor.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I think she's in. And I think her case is actually in front of Judge Lerner Wren in our mental health division as
Okay.
well.
Okay.
No action, Judge?
No action. Jermaine Sands.
He should be at North. He's at North.
He's at North Bryan, but he refused also. He was here last week, and
I mean,
All right. Well, can't do much for him then, so that'll no action. Okay.
no, he was. She recused herself, and she went back to Judge Diaz.
All right.
Your Honor,
Yes.
Conti has one.
We don't have any.
Junior Severe. He's on the third look magistrate.
Where are they getting these cases?
I don't have him.
What's his name?
Junior Severe.
How do you spell the last name?
Severe.
Okay.
He may be on for this afternoon, but he's not on this morning.
No. It says AM. I'm sorry.
He's got a total bond of $3,425.
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna no action then.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mine has 2 females.
Okay. Who are they?
First one is Melee, Patricia.
What's her name? Oh,
Melee, Patricia.
got it. Thank you.
I don't.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if it's.
How is it that we have all these people that are not on the docket?
That's a great question. Bailey.
1 second, man.
How do you spell your last name, ma'am?
Mele.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember. Sure. There was, Your Honor, she was arrested, she's being held on a $3,500 bond for dealing in stolen property. She went before her Judge Robinson, late April this year to have her bond looked at. He denied the motion to reduce the bond. There's been multiple, let's see, I'm trying to see who's even the public defense, who's her attorney?
Ma'am, do you have an attorney?
Yes.
Is he or she with the public defender's office?
No.
And that's the other thing, she has a special public defender who's
Okay.
not even present.
Yeah. Yeah, respectfully, I'm going to no action this. It appears that you've already had a bond hearing in front of the division judge, and I am hesitant to disturb any prior rulings that they have made with more information than I have. So I'm going to no action this, ma'am.
Well, the judge is not around anymore. The Judge Robinson, he's not here. He's not judge anymore.
Well, there is a judge that has taken over his division. He's here. He's just not in the criminal division. I assure you that he's here. I saw him on Thursday. But some other judge has taken over his division, and I'm going to leave that to them to handle that. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
I also have Hyde, Rose Hyde.
Hyde, Hyde.
HEID as in dog, T as in Tom.
Hyde.
Judge, I think what happened, the clerk's office sent a revised docket, and I don't think they printed the revised docket. These people probably coming off the first one.
Yeah,
And
she's,
they got revised, so they got pulled for no reason because they're not on.
just wanted confusion. She's being held on a $3,500 bond plus pretrial release GPS for a burglary of a dwelling. Wait a minute, one moment, Your Honor. Rose Height. This doesn't make any sense. Your Honor, she was arrested in November of 2016. The charge has been filed. She's been arraigned. We filed notice to declare her a habitual offender. She's had status hearings in front of Judge Merrigan. I mean, really, she's got a private attorney.
No, I fired him.
Okay, yes. Then the public defender filed his notice March 10th. I mean, with a second-degree felony that normally wouldn't be eligible for a second look, that has a bond over the 500 to 2,000 threshold.
Right.
I would just ask this go.
I'm going to deny it. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Is that it for?
You know it.